The Joseph Magnus Murray Hill Club is one of my favorite whiskeys. And so when I heard the special release was going to come out for the first time in 4 years, I was super excited until I saw the price, which was $200, over double this bad boy right here. So I hesitated, but I made the sacrifice and spent my hard-earned cash to let you guys know if this special release number 4 is worth the upgrade over this wonderful pour. Let's find out how good this is. Yes! Okay. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whiskey Inc. My name is David. The Joseph Magnus Murray Hill Club was first released in 2016 and is wonderfully blended by master blender Nancy Fraley and quickly became one of my favorites. Unfortunately, since about 2020, just like with any good whiskey, it was heavily allocated and really hard to find. But starting about end of last year or beginning this year, I started to see it on the shelves. And now, at least here in Southern California, it just sits on the shelves available for me to pick up anytime, which is fantastic. The Murray Hill Club special release, batches 1 and 2, were first released in 2018 to a lot of fanfare and a lot of great reviews. But unfortunately, due to the limited number of bottles, it was impossible to get. I don't think I ever saw one in life. I never even had a sniffle of pour. Batch number 3 was released in 2020 and same thing, just gone, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know it existed because it was just gone so fast. 4 long years later, they finally released batch number 4. And I was fortunate enough to get one. Or was I? I mean, $200 is a lot of money. So I'm just believing that Nancy Fraley did her magic again, and this bottle is worth the price of admission. So first, let's compare the stats of these two bad boys. First, the Murray Hill Club is a blend of 18-year-old and 11-year-old bourbons and 9-year-old light whiskeys. Its proof is 103. Its mash bill is unknown due to the blend. Now, for the special release, it's a blend of 8 and 17-year-old bourbons. Its proof is 111. Its mash bill is 75% corn, 21% raw, and 4% malted barley. And it's sourced and distilled in Indiana, basically from MGP. Now, the special release is because it's finished in Calvados cask. What are Calvados? It's a brandy from Normandy, France, that's usually made from apples and or pears. So basically, get ready for some fruity goodness. Also, I wanted to compare the colors because actually it's really, really different. So I don't know if you guys could see it. So I'm gonna show you a close-up picture, but the bottom on the left is the Murray Hill Club and on the right is the special release and the Calvados Finish. Look how much more darker that is. I don't know how much light whiskey is in the Murray Hill Club, but woof, right now it feels like there's a lot of light whiskey because woof, that is dark for the special release. And as always, too much talking, not enough drinking. Let's get it. Opening ceremonies. Nice. Nice. I'll let these open up for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's get on to the drinking. So first, the Murray Hill Club. I'll try to make this one faster just because a lot of people here are familiar with this Murray Hill Club. All right, first the nose. So it's sweet and fruity right off the bat. I get a slight touch of caramel, a lot more honey, and dark berries like strawberries or like blueberry jams. And I get a slight, like a vanilla creaminess with a touch of cinnamon spice. This aroma, fantastic. All right, on to the palate. So you get a little bit of slight cinnamon spice right in the front of your tongue, but as it goes to the back of your tongue, you get that caramel, honey type of sweetness, a slight fruit. It's almost, I want to say berries, but it's more like cherries or like, a little bit of raspberry. But you get a lot more of that vanilla, creamy sweetness with a touch of coffee. Like as if you had a really thick vanilla latte with slight, like a half shot of coffee. And the finish, it's long, sweet. You get that spice going down, but it's definitely not overwhelming. Actually feels really good for some reason. And then I get my favorite note of all time, dark chocolate bitterness right here. Just balances out all the sweet, the fruit, even a little bit of spice. It just makes me want to go back for more and more and more. No wonder this is one of my favorite pours. I want to take this time to thank you for watching my video, and if you're enjoying it, please push that like button. It really helps me out. Also, I want to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members. They're supporting me so I can make these videos, give you guys, these kind of information. All right, and the one bottle you've been waiting for, the special release number 4. First, the nose. Wow, that's thick and that's rich. It's dark. You get dark, sweet apples right away, which I guess you can kind of guess from the Calvados cast. But you get a lot of the chocolate, like a thick chocolate, almost like Nutella. And then a slight cinnamon spice. You know what this is? This is as if you got an apple pie, a freshly baked apple pie, and put a little bit of Nutella on top. This is what it would smell like. You get the cinnamon, the baked apple, the pie crust, and then that Nutella chocolateness. Wow, I can't wait to drink this. And then for the palate, fire the hole number 2. All right, first, it's thick, it's buttery, it's oily, it's almost syrupy to a certain extent. Wow, it feels amazing. And then it's sweet, you get a lot of maple syrup. It's almost as if it's like browned or burnt maple syrup in a sense of it's just so thick and so sweet. You get a lot of fruit, but it's definitely not apple, it's dark fruits, right? The strawberries, the blueberries, almost like a jam. It definitely doesn't have a lot of the citrus. It's just more of the fruit, like just get the sweetness from the fruit. Then you get a little bit of like pudding, almost like a donut, like a cream donut type of creaminess, sweetness, and that doughiness, the comfort of that doughy sweetness. Wow, it's not really that spicy. I mean, it just has a slight touch of spice. Now, don't get me wrong, it's sweet, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like it's, oh my God, it's too sweet. No, it's nothing like that. It's actually sweet, but you get a spectrum of sweetness, right? You get the caramel, you get the fruit, you get the vanilla, you get the bread. It's almost like it's a wonderful ride of sweetness that you just go through. And again, you do get a little bit of apple at the end, but it's definitely, the finish is not. I thought the finish would be overwhelming. The Calvados sometimes does get overwhelming, but in my case, I think it's just done right. The finish, it's long, it's nice, it's thick. Again, it's very oily. You don't get a lot of the spice coming down. You get a lot more of that fruit coming down. And really at the end is when you get a lot of the apple pear type of that Calvados influence. So there, almost feels like I am drinking a brandy in terms of that finish. But yeah, wow, this is gonna be a tough call. So after drinking and keep analyzing and having a great time drinking both of these, is this worth the upgrade or twice the cost of the Murray Hill Club? Oh, and at the end, I'm gonna let you know just by itself if it's worth your money or the $200. So first question, is it worth the upgrade? $200 is a lot of money, but it's always $100. And so it has to be a lot better in order to be worth the upgrade. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is better. It's thicker, it's darker. It has the more depth and intensity of flavor that I didn't think I could get over the Murray Hill Club, with especially only 8 proof points higher. But no, it's not worth the upgrade because, and I think this is basically Nancy Fraley's fault or Joseph Magnus' fault. This Murray Hill Club is too good at 80, 90, 100 bucks, and sometimes on sale for 75 bucks. And I already have 2 of these bottles and 1 of these bottles. It's better, but it's about 10 to 20% better. And I know up top 10 to 20% does make a difference, but $100 or twice the cost, not in this case, because the Murray Hill Club is so freaking good. Now, with taking this out of the equation, is this bottle itself worth 200 bucks? That was a lot harder. So I had to remember or go back to the old Carters and the 4 Gates, especially. The bottles at $200, that's finished. Old Carters are double oaked. Obviously 4 Carters had different kind of finishes. And so I had to think, would I buy this or those? And at the end of the day, I'm gonna buy those, the old Carters and 4 Gates. So no, this is not worth 200 bucks because I were to buy something else with that money. I think if this was 130 or 150 in the Bartown Discovery area or the Calumet 16 area, I think this would compete with those, and I would actually buy it again. Not only batch number 4, but batch number 5 blindly. But at 200, because those are still available, and now that I had batch 4, I don't think I'll buy batch number 5 blindly unless they get great reviews and or I had a pour and I think it's worth 200, but and I definitely won't buy batch number 4 at 200 bucks. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying, it's a great bottle. I'm willing to pay 130 to 150 bucks for it. I mean, it's a damn good pour. Just at 200, the bourbons that it's competing with or the whiskeys that it's competing with, it gets a little tough in that area. And that's why it's not worth 200. But if it ever goes on sale or if it ever comes down to 130, 150, buy. Now, let me know in the comments, have you had these two? Do you think it's worth the upgrade? Or if you haven't, after my review, do you think it's worth the upgrade and will you buy any of these? Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.